So hi, Kim Barber here, your kvCORE expert. I want to give you a quick tip reminder of something that you should be doing all the time with your database. So when we get, if you have a smart number, this is about the smart number. And if you don't have one yet, please go ahead and save this as a reminder, because it's really important that I call what they say garbage in, garbage out. So when you have a lot of phone calls, or you start to have a lot of phone calls, then your database can get really awesome, or it can get really kind of junky if we let those calls continue to come in and we don't clean them up. So this video is really about some quick tips on making sure that you clean those up. And if you don't clean this up, then it's really going to get kind of cumbersome when you log in and all you see is these smart numbers, and it might even feel a little bit overwhelming. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so that we can see a few things that I do that matter, that save me a lot of time. So what you can see in here is you can see that I've got my summary up, and I've got a little bit of different ones. This is my smart number. You'll also see they're doing some tests on my system right now and what have you. So that being said, my smart number is right here. So what I can do is I can actually do a filter on somebody that doesn't have an email. That would pull these smart numbers up. If you want to do a smart number on a search, you have to do the name. So it's a little bit of a challenge. So you can go ahead and do those filters and set them up for anybody that doesn't have an email. So I've already got a filter set up with this. So I encourage you to go ahead and make sure that you have this filter too. I know if you're one of my members, you've already heard me say this before. It's really important to have these kind of filters at the top. And as a reminder, you can create the filters by coming over here and then saving them at the bottom. So I know I'm moving this a little bit quickly, so let me go ahead and say this again. In order to filter out these smart numbers, a filter that I recommend, a way that I recommend, is that you can go ahead and select these based on if they don't have an email, because a lot of these won't have an email. So you can see those in here. This is one at the top, super convenient. I'll continue to use this as an example. But they come in here, they don't have an email. So up here, you can pin your searches. So these are filtered searches, my saved searches, whatever words you want to use. So I have them pinned up here to the top. And I love to have one that says no phone, unsubscribe from emails, and then also smart number filter. So when you have the smart number filter, then you can go in and say, hey, if any of the ones that don't have an email already, you can take a look at them and see if those are in fact the smart numbers. And then if you haven't even tried to call and they have your local area code, then what I like to do is maybe make that first call, see if you get one of those or you get a wrong number or a business number or something like this, and so that you can know whether it's a number worth calling. So for these, it's a 571, that number might be good. The 919 is not really our area code. And so it's just a track call. So we've actually, tried to reach out to these guys, and they don't really have a lot of luck on them. So then we would come up here and then we can decide if we want to archive them or delete them. But this saves a lot of time. You can see that mine doesn't have a ton of it in there, because we go through once a month and make sure that this is a saved filter, saved search, or just remember how to do it. And then this helps us clean and keep our database clean. So when we actually call them, we actually super success story that we got somebody that called in on our sign. So we do have our smart number listed on our signs. And then what we did was we got the call in, my inside salesperson answered the phone, and then we were able to turn that into a listing appointment. And so there are good phone numbers that do come in on here. Again, I encourage you to make sure that if they are coming from one of your local numbers, to definitely give those a shot. I would say that we did an audit and we got about 5% of them that are good. But then now that we have them on our signs, we have them more visible, then the quality of them has gone up. So just keep that in mind. And we also registered our smart number on the do not disturb or do not call list, not the do not disturb. So on the do not call list, the DNC list, we did put our smart number on there because it saves a lot of time and effort, and those spam numbers, the spam calls did decrease. So register your phone number on the do not call list. Make sure that the phone number is on your signs. Set up the filter so that you can go through it, once a month and make sure that you're not getting this huge list of numbers that are actually spam. You just at least make that one phone call, which I know that sometimes people they're like, oh, those are junk, but try it, especially if it's one of your local numbers. So the one that we answered just in the last 30 days, that had turned into a $720,000 listing. So that was a $20,000 answer on the call. So you can most definitely get good leads. And so check it out, keep the database clean, and that's what makes a highly productive database. I hope this has helped you. This tip, this quick reminder, something to do on the monthly maintenance. And if you have found this helpful, then please do give me the thumbs up. If you're doing this, if it's working for you, if you found this helpful, I would love that thumbs up so that YouTube knows that you are finding value, or even better, comment down below and let me know. Thanks for the tip, or maybe something else that you would like to get some content that I can produce for you. And so thanks for visiting the channel. I hope you have subscribed, and I'll see you next time.